I roto I nei wiki e rua kua mahu e ki muri I kōrero ai ngā nawe a ngā iwi take huri I te ao ki te whare runanga whakakotahi I ngā iwi o te ao.
I nā te tira kua whakakanohi atu ki te runanga whakakotahi I ngā iwi o te ao, ki te aki mo tēnei take.
I acknowledge and greet you, Venerable Madam Chair Aluki and foreign members. I thank the Special Rapporteur and UNRIP for your chiefly work affirming our distinctly unique rights as Indigenous peoples. My name is M. Hayley Kukutai Walker. I am a child of the Ngāti peoples from the Waikato Tainui Māori Confederation. I am a Master's student in Indigenous Studies and Indigenous Youth Storytellers Circle Ambassador for Oceania. The incumbent right-wing government of New Zealand is disembowelling my people. The plague of colonisation which has ravaged and sickened us since the 1800s continues to threaten the Indigenous human rights of our women and children under their leadership. Māori women experience disproportionate levels of discrimination. The government has abandoned incarceration reduction targets. Our prison population is at a record high, with Māori women comprising of 63% of inmates, despite accounting for just 8% of the New Zealand populace. Māori women have 3 times the risk of being killed by intimate partner violence. The lack of trust in police, fear of having our children uplifted and our women disbelieved indicates there is a significant underreporting of abuse, despite the severity of these statistics alone. I explicitly make an example of the New Zealand government, whom in July 2024 confirmed they were not progressing with implementing UNRIP, criticising that it creates race-based privilege and threatens national sovereignty. I recommend the Special Rapporteur and UNRIP urge for United Nations systems and states who have an obligation to their Indigenous peoples and treaties to implement UNRIP. Hear the cry of my people, of our women, children and ancestors who wish for our tapu, sacredness and mana authority to be upheld. Pai marire, thank you.
New Zealand's current government and the Minister of Foreign Affairs specifically has expressly rejected the Declaration on the Rights of Indigenous Peoples. The Special Rapporteur will also have the opportunity to respond to the Deputy Prime Minister, who described the work of the Special Rapporteur as an affront to New Zealand's sovereignty and offensive. The Prime Minister described it as bumpkin.
And it's a race to the bottom between New Zealand First and ACT to see who can trample on the treaty the most to appeal to a tiny minority of New Zealanders. It's pathetic.
Ata me nui kia rātau ki te wikitoria ngā pōti o te auraki I tēnei wā.
Tāku ki tō tātou iwi, horakau mātou e whakatū pāpaku ana te treaty. Engari e whakatika, whakahāngai, whakarita ana. Hoi nāno.
Ko whakae nā minita kia tuhi anō nā tohutoru, te kaumāwaru, whakatureture a te tiriti, a hako te whakapahe āhua hangarau noa, nā rereke, ka noi kore rawa atu te mana o te tiriti.
Te rōpu ko te whakapuakitanga, he tikanga whakamotuha ke iwi.
This was in conflict with our constitution, conflict with our democracy, and in interpretation of our law, then one view based on race would prevail.
I te taurua mano mawhitu ko te noinga o ngā whenua o te runanga whakakotahi I ngā iwi o te ao e whakamana I te whakapuakitanga.
Because you've got people now in Geneva making these statements out as though UNRIP is the guiding light of this country. Nobody in this country ever voted for it. No one's ever approved it in terms of a parliamentary decision. And here we've got these claims being made which are fallacious in the extreme. But now you've got all these people picking at the crumbs, so to speak, to try and make a name for themselves using the taxpayers' money, and it's wrong.